Success builds self-esteem. Success is the accomplishment of a task that you've previously failed at. That's the motto of Sunset View Elementary teacher Ron Firmage. For him, helping his young students develop self-esteem and character is everything. One of the highlights for the students at Sunset View is going on a trip that Ron organizes every year to Goblin Valley State Park in southern Utah. Not only do the students learn to work together and take responsibility for themselves, but their parents can also see how much their children grow by the experience. I'm sure Ron's pleased and excited to be here this evening, but I'm guessing he may also be a little anxious for this to get over, because it's tomorrow morning that they leave on this year's Red Rock experience. It's just another example of the way Ron Firmage educates the whole child.
What I liked about Expedition Red Rock was about how we learned about all the different animals and where they lived and what happened to them, and yeah, that's what I liked about it.
The skits also taught you stuff too, and you had to work as a team to make them up, or it wouldn't look good.
I really learned to be more independent. The first time I went was in 4th grade, and we had lots of responsibilities, and we set up camp and did the dishes and other things like that. And it was also my first time really being away from my parents, and it really taught me how to, be independent.
When we analyzed the owl pellets, we were looking for bones and the things it had eaten, and we found different bones from different animals, and I thought that was really cool.
On our way up, we also stopped at the Green River John Wesley Powell Museum and got to learn about John Wesley Powell and what he did, and also other stuff about Escalante, the Dominguez Escalante expedition.
Red Rock was a really good learning experience for me, because if I would have never gone, I would have never had the teamwork experience I have now, and I would have never learned all the cool geology stuff and history about Utah that I'd known about that.
While hiking, we would carry a notebook around and we would learn about native cultures, and we would learn friendship and teamwork, and it benefited everyone who went, and I only got to go in 6th grade, and I wish I could go again.
It pushed you, Red Rock pushed you to do stuff that you didn't want to do, and most of it was hands-on, so you were learning how to do stuff, and you were learning how other people lived and how they had to band together as a group and just have fun and make it all work.
I guess I'm just a little amazed that a guy who, in his youth, struggled so intensely with the education system is now being honored for his service to education. The day I decided to be an educator, I made it my personal goal to never make education a miserable experience for my students, like it was so many times for me. As I began to create a hands-on learning environment for my students, I was faced with the realization that in today's world, most administrators are very leery of the liability associated with this type of teaching. But how was I going to teach my kids how to care for their environment if I couldn't take them there? How could I get my kids to read about setting goals and meeting challenges if we didn't go out into the world and try some mental and physical challenges ourselves? This is the way I believe education should be taught. My goal day in, day out is to hear my students say that they love coming to school. Thank you, Cindy Wright, my principal, for being willing to take that liability and letting me take my kids out of the classroom into the real classroom, our world. As educators push for standards and benchmarks, I hope they don't forget that if we don't develop alternative and creative ways to teach kids in this fast-paced, hustle and bustle world, we will lose many of them to the streets. I was one of the lucky ones.
Thank you.